All right, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Flight Sim here with Captain Jack. I'm glad you're aboard with us. Look at this beautiful DC-3 that we're going to be flying in tonight. We are at Centennial Airport, Alpha Papa Alpha in southern Denver, and we've got daylight hours up for it this evening because in real time it's dark, of course, and we're going to be flying this beautiful DC-3. Graham, good morning. Good to have you in, and we'll look forward to who else signs in via the chat. Want to remind everybody, please do step in and let us know that you are here. So we're going to go ahead and get in the DC-3 tonight. I've already done some pre-flight. It's my intention for us to have VATSIM here this evening, and we'll make a VATSIM call to Denver Tower. Denver Tower was online with us here just a few minutes ago. But once again, welcome as we get on board this absolutely gorgeous silver and blue DC-3 at Centennial Airport down in South Denver. So we've got the payload doors open. We've got the ground power unit up and getting ready to start up the airplane. Beautiful day along the Front Range today in real time, and it's going to be that way for us right now. We're going to take a trip kind of along the western side of Denver and go up across Loveland and Fort Collins, and we're going to finally end up in Cheyenne here this evening. So let's go ahead and get on board the flight deck here and start getting the aircraft ready. And we're also going to need to, of course, get ready to make a call to ATC. So first things on our checklist. Let's go ahead and start on down. Our hydraulic reservoir right here is full, so that's good. The hydraulic selector is where we need it to be. One thing I'm going to note here tonight, look at the autopilot. This is the Sperry gyroscopic autopilot. We're not going to be really using GPS. I am going to be using another screen over here, and I will pull it up and show you that I'll be following our flight track tonight on SkyVector, and of course you can follow it on SimAware CA as well. Here's our aircraft, the little purple arrow there. So we'll go ahead and move that out of the way, but I will be following our track on that, and we will be asking for VFR flight rules with VATSIM and the controller who is in there tonight. So let's go ahead and get everything started up here, and we'll go ahead now and get down to our views on the outside, just to let you kind of see what you're going to be able to see out the windows of the DC-3 right at the moment, of course, as we sit here at Centennial Airport. In just a little bit, we'll be looking at the engine starting up and getting set there. So the first thing we're going to do, once again, if you'll recall from last week, is we're going to get in here, we're going to open the hydraulic valve, and we're going to give our hydraulic pump 1, 2, let me go ahead and give you the sound here, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 pumps on that. We're going to close the hydraulic valve, then we're going to move this blue valve forward, and we're going to check our hydraulic system pressure gauge. All right, it is above 400, which we want it to be. And we'll go ahead and go down through the checklist. Now, I am continuing to learn this checklist as we go here, guys. So let's take a look at everything. We've pumped. We've done the hydraulics. Let's get our cowl flaps into the open position. And we should be able to see those on the exterior of the aircraft. Yep, you see how the cowl flaps are coming open there. So that's what we want to do. That, of course, helps with the engine cooling. And I'm still getting used to some of my views here. I did just set these views up just earlier today in the aircraft. So I've got to remember what it is that I'm doing that we need to be able to look at here. Okay, everything is set as far as that goes. The cowls are open. And let's go ahead. Let's see. Carb heats. Okay, that is set. I know that's already set. The blowers are off. The prop is at full high, so we'll get that set. Our prop levers here are at full forward. That's correct. The throttles are cracked. We're going to crack those just a little bit. Our mixtures right now are at idle cutoff. All right. We're not going to turn our battery on just yet because we've got the battery cart on, and that's how we're going to power the airplane to get her started. All right, let's check our fuel gauges here in the aircraft and get down to where we can see those. All right, my number 5 key for some reason. Oh, there we go. All right, let's check our fuel. We have loaded our passengers on. Fuel tanks are where they should be, so we're going to go ahead and close our doors here, and we'll take a look. Yep, doors are closed, so that is good. Fuel selectors, let's get those on the main tanks right now. So we do that down here at our fuel selectors, our right fuel tank to the right. And we got to come up here where you're seeing our left fuel tank here. And one more notch. All right, that is set correctly. All right, the fuel tanks and the fuel selector valves are good. Let's go up top here. All right, look at our overhead. We'll go ahead and give ourselves some position lights on so people will know that we're getting ready to fire up the airplane here. Let's make sure our main ignition is pushed in, and that is set. All right, we're going to get ready to go ahead and start up engine number 1. We're going to turn on both our booster fuel pumps, and we'll listen to those come up. All right, the booster is up. Let's go ahead and get our right engine started. So we're going to hit energize, and we're going to get that ready. We're going to count to about 7 or 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's hit our mesh and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, there we go. And we're going to give ourselves some there. Oh, I did it out of order, guys. So once again, okay. Once again, I'm still in the process of learning this. I practiced it earlier today and did it right, but of course we get here and we're not going to. So let's go ahead and engage that mesh again and hit our energize. All right, count those blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let's get our magneto on and hit the engine primer. All right. Okay, we've got the right-hand side going. Let's get back down here to our RPM. Okay, we're going to check our RPM on that. We're going to bring it down. We're going to bring it down to about 12 to 15 on the RPM. And we're going to go ahead and go fuel mixture rich. And actually, I'm going to bring that back to auto lean. So let's get that in position. All right, let's go ahead with engine number 2. And we're going to, booster pump is on. All right, engine number 2. Let's, no, we don't want to mesh it yet. Let's get the energizer up. All right. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to hit our mesh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, there we go. She's spinning. Let's get our magneto on and our engine primer. All right. There we go. Good engine start. Bernice, good evening. Rich, hello. Brian, nice to... oh, you say you're going to fly with me? Brian, you know, we'd be able to talk to each other if you'd get... if you get on VATSIM, we could actually probably talk. We'll have to we'll have to talk about that here in just a minute. All right, let's go through the checklist and make sure that we're where we need to be. First of all, once again, I want to check our RPMs. I want to bring our RPMs down a little bit. Let's let those settle. We're going to let our temps come up over here. So that's all looking pretty good. Temps are rising. I've got a little bit of an oddball on that. No, actually, we're all right. Cylinder temperatures are coming up to the green. The oil temperature is coming up. Fuel pressure is good. Oil pressure is good. So we're looking pretty good in all respects in that manner. All right, now we need to come back up top, though, because now what we need to do is we need to get our battery on. Okay, battery is on. All right. Avionics, we need our avionics on. Okay, there's our radios up. We're going to make a call to ATC here in just a moment. So let's get our ATC frequencies in here. Nice radio panel. We're just going to go through all the checks here. Okay, no, you know what? Denver Tower has left us. Doggone it. I was really looking forward to having some ATC, but they are not there. Okay, well, just in case that we do end up getting somebody else pop in there, let's go ahead and set our transponder. I need to set that to 5572 because that's what I was instructed. So we'll go ahead and we're going to change that to 5572. Nope, no, that one. Okay, we are transponding 5572. All right, and that is in the on position. You know, I am not sure exactly how to make this airplane manually squawk. So we're going to presume because the radio is on, that's good. All right, now we can get rid of our booster pumps. And we can go ahead and get our generators on so we could be charging our battery. Temperatures and everything right now are pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and turn on our pitot heat. And let's check the rest of the checklist here. All right, the next thing we need to do, I kind of bumped the throttle there. Let's hold her right about there. Okay. I believe our indicator is uncaged. One thing we're going to do immediately is we're going to coordinate our compass and our heading and bearing with our selector. So our compass is just a little bit, it's almost pretty close there as far as that goes. That looks good, but let's get our selector here, our course heading indicator, and let's get it to about, let's see, 91, 110, 115. Okay, we're going to reset that to after we see what runway we're going to be at. Let's listen to those engines just a minute. Man, this thing is just incredible. Look at this. Golly, the sound. Hey, Jeremy's here, NorCal engineer. Jeremy, thank you for being here. Oh, looking forward to this one. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. Thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, we're not going to have VATSIM. However, what we are going to end up doing is go to our Unicom frequency of 122.8, and we're going to get ready to taxi. So we are going to taxi down to runway 35 right. And there's one more piece of equipment I need to pull up here. And one more thing, we'll get started over here on this screen so that I can start my flight tracking. Once again, guys, if you want to look up CPJ for Captain Jack, CPJ 131. Let's see. Let me bring this up here for you. Okay, there we go. Here we are on the SimAware screen. We can see that there's some flights out of DIA going on right now, but there we are, CPJ 130. We are at DC-3. So that's going to be our flight number and call sign tonight. We don't really have an airline running with this. I really hope I can find maybe some old United liveries for the DC-3, but for tonight, we're just going to do that. Once again, for those of you who may be just joining us, going to be following my track here to Cheyenne, Wyoming, up the Front Range of Denver. We'll be following this flight plan, and we'll finally get up into Cheyenne just a little bit later. So I'll be using that to help track us out of the Class Bravo airspace. So we'll want to keep a watch out for that, because we cannot get over 8,000 feet here for just a little while after we leave Centennial and turn to the west. But then we'll be in Class G airspace for most of the flight. So that'll be what we need to do. All right, back to the checklist. Always checklist. Radios are on in tune. Altimeter. Let's go ahead and get our altimeter set, and I will show you that. Over here on our altitude indicator. So I'm just going to hit B. Okay, and that brings us up to that. And if we look at the chart right now for, that should be it for KAPA. So let me show you that on, that screen. There we go. Looking at metar.taf.com, of course, for Centennial Airport. And we can see the winds are basically out of the north-northeast. And we're going to be taking off on runway 35 right, which is going to be the north-south runway. So we'll taxi down to that here in just a moment. Man, I'm glad to see everybody tonight. Sure appreciate you taking the time to check in. Hey, Jim is here, KC0 RPS, my good buddy Jim. Hey, welcome, Jim. Good to have you. All right, let's make sure that our tail wheel on the aircraft is unlocked. So we go down under the pedestal, and this is our tail wheel right here. So it is in the unlocked position. Let's just cycle that real quick, make sure that she stays where we'll need her to stay. All right, she's going to be unlocked for now. And let's get our parking brake unset. So we are ready to start our taxi here. All right, let's get all of that set. Everything is there. My parking brake is going to be making some noise on me, so let me make sure it's also in the correct position. All right, let's go ahead and get our taxi started here. Here, clear left and clear right. All right, let's get our turn going. Whew, it's loud out here. All right, let me go ahead and pull that audio down just a little bit. And we've set up this view to where we can actually see ourselves. I'm streaming the wrong monitor. Yes, I am. Doggone it. Okay, let's go back here. There we go. Thank you. I'm glad I looked over in time. Don says the plane is made of old Gates transmitter parts. You know, he and I were having a fun conversation about that earlier today. Yeah, thanks for the heads up there on the wrong screen, guys. I appreciate that. Also, before we get ready to land in Cheyenne, please don't let me forget to set the replay up so we can do that. All right, we're taxiing on down here. You know, I should bring up little nav map, because then I could show you the taxiways on the runway. But let's take a look outside one more time. Oh, not that one. I got to remember which buttons to push. All right. Well, you know, we do this for fun. I'm not a professional like Captain Canada. I would say don't try this at home, but do try it at home. Okay, just an absolutely gorgeous day along the Front Range, and that's really what it looked like just today. We had some snow up on some of those foothills, but that's melted off. We've got some snow up on the higher elevations above Denver, and of course we'll get some real good views of that here in just a couple of minutes. Let me get myself straight back on the taxiway. So, yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, please hit that thumbs up button. All y'all that are here, hit that thumbs up button. And really appreciate seeing, let's see, I hope I said hi to Rich and Tom. Really appreciate you guys being here. Now, Tom says he's finishing up dinner at the Perfect Landing, which is actually at this airport. So, Tom, I hope you had time to make it over and get on board. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. I love looking at those engines. That is just so cool. And then, of course, we've got our views out the windows. I just downloaded some new scenery. Yeah, there's Mount Evans over there, although it's not Mount Evans anymore. They renamed it. I think it's called Mount Blue Sky. Not 100% sure on that. Okay, it's a long taxiway down here to 35 right. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the just a little north of west, over to the western side of the Denver metro area on a course of heading of about 287, and we're going to have to stay below 8,000 feet. Actually, no, if I look at this Class Bravo airspace, 9,000 feet, so we can stay below 9,000 feet once we make the turn out. And then we'll get over to Class G airspace really quickly. Okay, we're going to turn a little bit out here, and I'm going to slow her down. Okay, let's go ahead and make a call on VATSIM. All right. Get those brakes on, parking brake on. Okay, there we go. Centennial traffic, CPJ 130, runway 35 right. Going to go ahead and do a run up, and then we'll get ready for takeoff and illuminate everybody when we're ready for that. CPJ 130, DC-3. Okay, so we've made our call out on that. Gonna go ahead and get ready to do a little bit of a run up here. Okay, we got to get our cow flaps to trail. All right. No, trail. And trail. Okay, cow flaps are where they are. Okay. Engine run up. Okay, the tail wheel, I'm not going to lock it just yet because I do have the parking brake on. Cow flaps actually need to be in the open position. Once again, I am just learning how to do this myself, folks. I have not memorized this checklist by any stretch of the imagination. Not going to worry about flaps right now. Let's check our trim. Our trim should be just slightly above 0 for takeoff. All right, so there we go. Trim is set. Propellers are for a full forward high RPM, so those are set in the correct manner. All right, we'll go ahead and full rich on our mixture. Cow flaps. They want us to, okay, we open those. Fuel selectors on the main. Let's get the engine RPM here to 1,500. Okay, that's about where we are. Propellers through full range. Okay. That's good. And the magnetos. I'm going to check this on another meter that I have down here. Okay, that looked good. Left magneto. Okay, that looks good. I've got another RPM meter here. Sorry, I can't quite show that to you guys. I'm not set for that. All right, we are good. Once again, I want to go back over here and check my cowl flaps because now they need to be in trail. Okay, cowl flaps are in trail. Let's get our landing lights on. Landing lights are on. Props forward, high RPM. Mixtures, we're going to take those to auto rich, and I'll show you here how we do that. So I'm just going to give you the flight sim stream here. And so you'll notice here on the red mixture, we've got auto lean and auto rich. Okay, there's auto rich. Okay, we are ready for the runway. Centennial traffic, CPJ 130 DC-3 ready to enter runway 35 right for takeoff. CPJ 130 Centennial traffic. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good evening, CPJ 130 DC-3. Oh, let's get on the taxiway here. I can barely hear that guy. Okay. We're going to get lined up here. Okay. Let's see. This is only the third time, really, that I've flown this aircraft. So what we want to do now is we want to get lined up on the runway. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, we're going to go back under the pedestal here now, and we're going to lock our tail wheel. Okay, tail wheel is in the locked position. Okay, we are ready for takeoff. Here we go. Now, one thing I'm going to kind of try to follow here a little bit that might be interesting for you guys as well. And we'll go ahead and get the throttle cam up here as well. Is, let's see, for takeoff. One day I'll have this memorized, but right now I do not. Okay, let's see. Takeoff is set. We're kind of rolling down the runway. I'm keeping an eye on that. Oh, you know what? There's one more thing that we need to do. We need to reset. We need to reset our indicator for runway heading, and we need to come down here. And we need to line up our direction there. All right, we're good. Okay, so we're going to want 42 inches on the manifold. Okay. There we go. Takeoff power is set. And we're going to wait for that tail to come up. A little crooked here, but I'm giving her a little left rudder to help even out, because when that tail comes up, there it is, the tail come up. Let's stay on the center line. It's little minute adjustments. We're going to watch for that airspeed to hit 70 and 75. It's a little hard to keep on the runway, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get her in the air. Okay, there we go. That was a little bit all over the place, but there we go. Okay, positive rate of climb. We're going to gear her up. Boy, she shakes and rattles and rolls. All right, let's get that nose down just a little bit. We kind of want to climb out at about 90. Scott, hello. Saw you in there. Welcome to the stream. We're going to go ahead and get clear of the runway. I'm going to trim up for climb. Okay, I know I've got to come back on the throttle a little bit because you can't hold that full power and climb more than a minute. Okay, trim is set. Now I'm going to go ahead and start our left turn to stay on our track. By the way, you're flying over the Denver Tech Center down here on the south side of Denver, everyone. Okay, we got to watch that altitude too. Okay, coming up on 6,200 feet, so that's looking good. Scott, glad to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get out over Arapahoe Road here, and we're going to start taking our flight track. Okay, I need to do some power setting here, so I'm going to get my cheat sheet. Okay, we want our climb at 35.5 inches and 24.5 on the RPM, so we're right at about 35. We can bring our RPMs back a little bit, and that's going to give us a little bit better climb power here. Okay, I'm trying to get the airplane to trim out in the climb. We're heading over towards South Lakewood. Let's get you a view out the window here. She's a little noisy, isn't she? Oh, that's great. That once again flying out over the Denver Tech Center. It'll get you some outside views here. All right, we'll get rid of the throttle cam there. All right, our gear's up. That's Interstate 25 down below us as we climb off to the just a little north of west. Mount Blue Sky off in the distance there. And I want to go ahead and get us up to about 8,000 feet, which we can do in here. The floor of the Class Bravo airspace is 9,000 feet. I'll go ahead and pull our Sky Victor over here for you. And you can see our aircraft. We're getting back on our flight course here. Okay, very good. I am on fshub.io as well. We should be tracking on that tonight in simaware.ca. You can look up CPJ 130. Okay, and we're slowly climbing out, so that's good. We're maintaining about 200 to 300 feet per minute of climb, and we'll keep going. Yeah, Scott, glad you're here. Hope Mount Blue Sky is correct. Rich says I got to go back through some of the text there in the chat window, so appreciate that. We'll get rid of that and keep on going up here in the DC-3. I thought this would just be a lot of fun tonight. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and recalibrate our Sperry gyroscope here. And we're going to try to get this autopilot engaged. I have fooled with this several times, so we're going to turn that button on. Oh, no, we do not want to go down. We're going to try to get our climb back. Okay, now that should... It took me a little while to get this thing to engage last night when I was playing with it. So if anybody has any ideas, I'm still learning the Sperry gyroscope. We're kind of holding course here, which is fine. All right, let's get that back on. The yellow light means that that's on. That should give us climb on both of them. Yeah, I had to fool with this thing a lot last night. I probably should, really watch a good YouTube video on it from somebody who knows what they're doing, but just haven't got to that point yet. Let's see if I can get this to hold here. Old-fashioned okay, let's get that locked in. That should start taking our nose up there. That to stay locked on. Oh, I know why, because it's I'm having to hold the wheel right now. Okay, come on. It keeps wanting to nose down. That's all right. We're below 8,000 feet in the airspace that we need to be in, so that's good. Yeah, Scott, the PMDG DC-6, I can't imagine how tough that must be. That's got to be a really interesting airplane to learn, and quite a learning curve there. All right, I want to keep us climbing, so we've got power and... all right, we're gonna get tagged here. Hey, Denver approach is on. All right, 120.350. So let's see if we can say hello to Denver approach tonight. Denver approach, good evening, CPJ 130 DC-3 at about 7,800 feet over Lakewood. CPJ 130, good evening.
CPJ 130, Denver approach, good evening. Hi, Denver.
Okay, yeah, let's see if I can get this old rat trap airplane to do it. There we go. I think that should be it. Okay, did you copy that?
CPJ 130, your radar contact 16 miles south of the Jeffco VFR. Continue as well.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Wanted to request VFR flight following, and we're just going to cruise up the front range and then out to Cheyenne.
CPJ 130, you have an IFR flight plan filed.
Okay, well, that'll do too. We're going to hold course and sightsee as we go up the front range here.
CPJ 130, roger. If you want to go VFR, we can do that for you too. Just let me know.
Okay, roger that. No, we're fine. We're fine. We'll just stay with this and follow the flight path here. Okay, thank you, CPJ 130. Good to hear you on tonight. You're on the flight stream.
Hi, Denver. How's it going? Southwest 675. Short of 8. Got the PDC. We're ready to go.
Okay, we're going to get ready here to make a turn to the north. You can see where we are here on our flight path, so we're going to turn to a course of 348 here momentarily. It's going to be fun to have these guys on with us tonight. We'll show you a couple of things. That's the Red Rocks Amphitheater, and they actually are rendering that over here. There's the Red Rocks Amphitheater.
United 77, I don't... Oh, there you are. The reason why I gave you runway 8 is that...
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start our turn.
Runway 8 is strongly preferred.
Copy that. We'll expect runway 8. Thank you. United 377.
And we're going to fly right over Golden, Colorado. Let's go ahead and make our turn a little sharper here.
Yeah, when you pull up the ME's chart, you'll see that you're flying runway heading for about 100 miles.
Okay, we're at 9,000 feet here, so we're going to hold here. Still need to make a little more of a turn to stay on that flight path.
Very good evening, Denver departure. United 1377.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's get us a couple of more views. I got to kind of fly the airplane, too, of course. We'll look out the window here.
77 also on frequency. United 1377, runway 2.
This is C470, and this is looking over at Golden. Okay, I want to see if I can get this autopilot to get out where I need it to be.
Yeah, 1377, I see facing east. The Baylor departure, you take off from 25. If you were relying on the brief to give you the correct runway, it applies to you.
Roger.
Okay, it looks like the autopilot is becoming more active. I want to get it to hold altitude.
Unable because you cannot use an eastbound runway for a westbound departure.
Roger. Continue with runway 25 and then request taxi to runway 25.
Yep, 1377.
Yep, I'm going to have to do some more study on this spare autopilot, but we're almost almost flying level. Now I got to see where we are.
Thank you very much, United.
Okay, let's see if I can get our
Approach, United 377.
heading to change the way I want it to.
Ready for push and start.
Okay,
United
I think we're almost in good shape here. I'm still having to hold a slight back pressure to hold our altitude, but let's get some views here going on.
We're at a 7,675. 7,675 radar contact.
Okay, there we go. Looking down over West Lakewood and Golden, there's North Table Mountain, or South Table. No, I'm sorry, that's actually down. There's the Coors Brewing Plant. Okay, that's Golden. That's Coors Brewing Company down there, and North Table Mountain. Very good. Let me get back up on the flight deck here and make sure this airplane's behaving itself. Okay, I have actually, at the moment, as you can see, let go, and the airplane is on the autopilot, so that's looking good. We're holding course pretty well. So we're going to get a good view of Boulder, and we're going to be flying right over Jefferson County Airport here pretty quick. It's going to actually be off of our right nose. I think that's one of the runways there. Let's get an outside view of the aircraft while she's behaving. All right. Yeah, Jim, I bet you can just about see your house from here. Oh, that's amazing. There's Sloan's Lake. Yeah, we're going to fly just to the left of BJC, Jefferson County Airport there, so that's good. All right, the aircraft is behaving as it should. Yeah, Jim, here is Coal Creek Canyon Road. So, yeah, your house is going to be back up over in here. Yeah, Coal Creek Canyon Road right there. All right, let me get back in here and make sure that the airplane once again is behaving. And we're climbing a little bit. All right, I want to set cruise power. Okay, we need props at 2050 RPMs, power to 30. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, RPM to 2050. And power at 30. And she started to climb here, so I don't want that. I want to stay at this altitude. So let's see if we can get that nose down here a little bit. There we go. And we just want to hold level flight. Our airspeed, as we can tell, is at about 130, so that's good. Do a little more adjusting on the autopilot here because it is just a little bbit touchy.
Denver approach, Jive 400. Good afternoon. Jive 400, Denver approach, good evening. Good evening, Jive 400.
Okay.
Information tank is ready for push, bucket engine start.
Let's get a view outside here. Look at the wind generators.
Straight back for flying contact.
And BJC. There's Wadsworth Boulevard. Where's the airport? All right, I've kind of lost my... That's the Boulder Turnpike. Boulder Turnpike here. Where'd the airport go? Where'd you put your airport? I lost your airport. Oh, there it is. It's right underneath us. There we go. There's the tower. All right, looking good. Looking good, looking good. Wadsworth and the Boulder Turnpike here in the Denver metro area. And we'll get a view back up into the mountains here one more time. Once again, here's Coal Creek Canyon Road, Jim, going off into the foothills there. And yeah, y'all's place is right over there. Right over there. There's Long's Peak. Long's Peak off in the distance, and now we're flying over the Federal Republic of Boulder. There we go. Oh, nice. This is nice. This is fun. I tell you, so many times I'm flying in Flight Simulator and I feel like I'm really there. It just gives you that wonderful sense. And okay, we are. I can see we need to get back in here. We are climbing again a little bit more than I'd like to. So let's get that nose back down. And our altitude is right at 10,300 feet. So I'm going to take us back down a little bit as we continue to head north. We're heading north towards Loveland and Longmont. Hey guys, once again, please do hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. It always helps out the channel. And while I'm not necessarily doing this, to be some big YouTube streamer, I do want to do it for fun. I'd like to see that you guys were there. So appreciate that. It's fun listening to the traffic here. And we're pretty much on course. I'm going to bring us just a little bit to the right here. So we want to go...
United 1359, radar contact 66 miles southwest of the Mile High VOR.
A little more in that direction to get back on our flight track. In just a moment, we're going to turn to 016. Let's get another view outside the aircraft here as we fly over Boulder. Yep, there's Boulder University. Or University of Colorado at Boulder, I should say. Yeah, you can see Folsom Field. You can see the football field down there. And the Flatiron Mountains here, which are very popular for climbing and hiking in the Boulder area. Very nice. The airplane's just beautiful. Just beautiful. I think next week we'll probably get back in the 737 and do a flight, but we're gonna jump in the DC-3 on occasion here and do some flights around Colorado and around other interesting places. I think that would be fun. All right, I thought real quick too.
I can hear you very well over the fan that's blowing on your mic.
I'll bring this up to where you can see it.
My team just crashed, so...
Okay, we'll go over here to monitor 2, and you can see here's where we took off from Centennial. Staying clear of that airspace for Denver International. And we're moving right along at 10,000 feet. On our flight track there. Looks good. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Scope ups. Yeah, for sure. Right, Scott? Yeah, we sure would like to see Colorado doing well. Okay, we're kind of nosing down a little bit. Let's see. We're down to about 9,700 feet. I'm going to go ahead and get our nose back up just a little bit. These autopilots are not necessarily the most stable things. They are gyroscope based, and we're getting ready to make our right turn. Show you guys this real quick. We're getting ready to make our right turn. And actually coming up on the waypoint Hygen, Hygen. Okay, and let's get turned to about 016. Nope, I didn't want to disengage that. Let's go to 016. Okay, that should put us right about where we need. Hey, NorCal engineer Jeremy, in just a few minutes I should be able to show you our Mount Milner transmitter site here in just a little bit. Okay, let's make sure the airplane is going to stabilize herself out here where she needs to be. Let's get that nose back up just a little bit. And we'll hold here at about 9,500 feet. That's good. All right, going to jump outside the aircraft one more time since we are on course. Let's see. I'm going to just kind of nudge just a smidgy there. Watch her make her turn here. You know, I forgot to turn the landing lights off. Let's do that. Okay, so now we're flying over Loveland, Colorado. Loveland, Colorado here. And there's Horsetooth Reservoir up above. And let me get my bearings where we are here. Okay, there we go. Yep, here's, let me see. Let me make sure I do know exactly what it is I'm talking about here.
Mic check.
Okay. Mic check 5 by CPJ 130. Okay. Okay, I'm getting my bearings here. All right, so Longmont.
Denver departure Southwest 2967.
I was a little short of where I thought I was, so we'll, Loveland is going to be up here on the left.
Yeah.
I want to go back in the flight deck.
At gate Alpha 28, request 9FR to Dallas, we have Tango.
Southwest 2967, no flight plan on file. I think you logged in as the wrong one, or filed as the wrong one. I have a Southwest 2697.
Just adjusting our direction. Yes, Scott, let's go to Estes Park. We're not going to fly over Estes today, but that might be something for us to do here sometime. Okay, I want to trim this nose out just a little more.
United 1199, runway 8, taxi via Bravo November.
Love those engines and the sound of those engines. It's just remarkable. All right, there's out our right wing looking east. And out our left wing. Okay, there you go, Longs and Meeker.
I got
Mount Meeker and Longs Peak.
Nothing's there.
So yeah, Estes Park is going to be kind of down in this hole right in there. So Estes Park just off our left wing.
Resend your flight plan.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got her trimmed out really, really well. Okay, so this is Loveland here. This is Loveland Lake, Bar Lake, or no, not Bar Lake. Let's see, I forgot the name of it. There's a state park recreation area there too where our family goes quite frequently. This is Highway 285, which does go down and become Wadsworth and Denver. Yeah, Mount Milner is going to be up over here, so we'll see that here shortly as we get in closer there. Let's go back into the aircraft. I also am watching my instruments here on the other monitor that we have. So everything's looking pretty good. Welcome to the Front Range of Denver, Colorado, guys. North Front Range. One day we'll have to go down to Colorado Springs and Pueblo and fly in that area down there as well. I think next week we will be back in the 737 and we'll make it a flight on a United 737-900. And I'll let you know about that as we can. Going to give ourselves just a little tweak more to the right so that we can stay basically on the flight plan. So I'll bring that up here and show to you guys. You know, I thought I'd use Sky Vector tonight too because it's a really, really good representation of what's going on. There's Lake Loveland and the city of Loveland downtown area there. And just a few minutes, we'll be able to see Mount Milner over here, Jeremy, if you're still watching. We have a K-Love transmitter there.
American 156, Denver approach, IDEX.
Okay, yeah, there's Lake Loveland. Yep, there's Mount Milner. Very distinctive. There's Mount Milner right there. I wish we could see and make out which one was Buckhorn Mountain. Those back over in there as we head up towards Fort Collins.
Visual approach runway 16 right. Advise if you have the RNAV Zulu approach on board.
Okay, we're holding at about 9,600 feet.
116, Roger, RNAV Zulu 16 right from Cliff.
And we're going to soon make our turn over KFNL, Fort Collins, Loveland Airport. So I'm going to bring that back over here.
Time 400, runway 8, taxi via Bravo Sierra Mike.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting to sightsee, and you know, this is home territory for me, of course. We flew basically almost right over my house. Yeah, Scott, SkyVector is a nice product, and I found a way to not only flight plan in it, but to actually track your flight. And it really works well for some of these low and slow flights, I might call it there. And so we're going to get ready here momentarily to turn to 344 on the heading.
United 377.
Okay, we're looking for KFNL. There it is. The Loveland Fort Collins Airport. So let's go ahead and watch our turn.
377, that's direct Emmy.
Direct Emmy.
And let's get back in the cockpit so I can
United
see
1359 at Cliff.
exactly where I'm turning.
Approach runway 16 right.
Okay, there we go.
At Cliff, RNAV Zulu approach 16 right.
Okay, probably we need to go a little more. And I'm actually using the heading bug on my other control here. So let's turn to 340.
United 1199, RNAV to tight.
And once again, we're turning for 340 here. We may have to realign these guys a little bit, but that's turning us more on the flight heading that we wanted. And pretty soon I am going to have to start thinking about our landing procedure. So I'm going to bring up my other iPad over here where I have my flightplan.go information. Once again, we'll take a look at our track here on Simaware. Okay, you can see where we made our turn. I'll go ahead and zoom out on that just a little bit. Denver controller's probably going to hand us over here in just a little bit, I would think. Although he may be handling Cheyenne. Okay, and I still do want to come a little bit more. So we're closer to our flight plan track. All right, we're flying over Fort Collins. Once again, here's Interstate 25. This should be Harmony Road right here. A little while we'll see the big Budweiser brewery up I-25. We're looking out over at Horsetooth Reservoir. And then I believe that either this one or this one is Buckhorn Mountain, which I go to on occasion for radio transmitter stuff for the company I work for. And we're going to kind of fly right up I-25 here. We can come a little bit more to the left on our heading.
United 1199, the altitude.
And I'm going to ask the controller if he's going to be controlling Cheyenne here this evening, too.
Direct Denny's.
Yep, let's get us back here to where you can actually see what it is that I'm doing. I got to remember I have to be the television director too here while I'm flying the airplane and showing you guys all the sights. Okay, we're holding pretty level at just about 97.50. I think we'll try to take the nose down just a little bit. And we're holding course pretty well. Once again, we're using the Sperry gyroscope, very, very basic autopilot in this aircraft here this evening. As we go north out of Fort Collins. Once again, this is Interstate 25. Little town of Wellington up here. And you can see I-25 goes on off towards the northeast there, on towards Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Get out of 1359, wind 1507, runway 16 right, clear land.
Runway 16 right, clear to land, United 1359.
I'm Denver, CPJ 130 DC-3. Are you controlling CYS as well this evening?
No, I am not. You're still about 10 miles before I hand you off to the standings there.
Okay, copy that. Thank you very much. Appreciate the job you've done tonight. CPJ 130 DC-3.
United 377, Denver Center's offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved tonight.
Thanks for the service. You're not 377. See ya.
So yeah, we're going to come up on our course change towards Cheyenne here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to look at my Cheyenne information here. And one other thing that we're going to need to do and look at here, and I'll get it up here to where you guys can see it, KCYS. Go ahead and start getting our information there for Cheyenne Regional Jerry Olson Field. So we'll bring that up. All right, so 3001 on the altimeter, 6-knot wind, VFR coming up now. So we're going to land on runway 27. We'll be landing on 27 tonight in Cheyenne. Not really any crossing wind there, 6-knot headwind. So that's not looking too bad at all. Not looking too bad at all for Cheyenne. All right, we'll continue on.
CBJ 130, Cheyenne approaches offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved tonight.
Thank you very much. Over to Unicom for CPJ 130. Thank you again. Have a great evening. Unicom 122.8, this is CPJ 130 DC-3 at 9,400 feet inbound for Cheyenne. CPJ 130 DC-3, Unicom. Okay, so we are set there. And pretty soon we're going to be making our right-hand turn according to our flight plan. So we're going to go ahead and make that right-hand turn, and we're going to come to 019. Get a nice turn here in the DC-3. Okay, now I had this happen again too with this autopilot. It really sometimes has a tendency to overdo when you make a longer turn. So I'm going to have to get her back on a hand. We're basically going to follow I-25 there, so I'm kind of hand flying the aircraft right now. Don't really care too much about climbing at this point, so we're going to trim the nose down. Yeah, I'm actually flying the aircraft here. Give you a view on the throttle cam, and we're going to come back to about. We're going to go ahead and come some more. Let's trim that nose back up with the trim wheel. Okay. Okay, and we'll get her leveled out here. Watching our vertical speed indicator. And all right, we're going to recalibrate our needle there, and I'm going to re-engage and re-engage. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if we kind of hold course. Once again, I'll pull this up for you so you can see we're a little off of our exact plan. But that's all right. We're in the same general area, and we're heading to Cheyenne. We're going to be having to come in. We're going to have to approach from the east. So we'll break off autopilot and hand flyer in just a little bit. Once again, thanks for being here tonight for the Captain Jack Flight Sim. I really appreciate it. It's nice of you guys to stop in and be part of it all here for me. If you have not yet, please smash that thumbs up button. If you're watching the replay, I would appreciate that anyway. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe to the channel if you can. Now, runway 27 does have a localizer, and it's going to be 110.1. So I think what we're going to do is let's go ahead and get that programmed into the radio here. So I'm going to use my outboard panel, and we're going to change to 110.1, and we're going to engage that, and then we're going to be here on radio 2, and we're going to go 110.1. And of course you can see what I'm doing here on the radio panel. And we'll go ahead and engage 110.1. Okay, we have our localizer set. Our approach course will be 265. We touchdown zone at about 6,121 feet on runway 27. Okay, we're going to get ready to start descending here shortly as well. And our pattern altitude, once again, is going to be about 7,100 feet. So I think we'll go ahead and start heading down. Okay, for descent, we're going to need our power. So looking at the checklist here, we want to be at about 22 inches and 2,000. I also have another sheet to look at here. Under normal conditions, we want to descend at about 300 feet per minute, so we're doing pretty good there, although we will be leveling out here shortly because we don't want to get too low. I think I'm going to level us out at about 8,000 feet. Look at those, the wind farm over there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get us leveled out here. Okay, we're trying to get a 0 climb rate. Okay, that's good. We're just slightly above 8,000 feet. Okay, we need to leave the mixture controls in auto lean. So once again, let's make sure where that is. Okay, so we're going to come back to auto lean, and they're engaged. Okay, let's keep it about 8,000 feet. Okay, let me do a couple of things here where I can see my approach. Very good. Okay, and we need to change course at this time to about 085. So once again, we're going to make quite a turn here, and I want to make sure that the aircraft will hold that and keep its nose up, or get its nose back up. Okay, so she's doing this little bit of oscillation bit here. So I'm going to disengage. And I'm going to fly a manual heading of 085. A little more. Come on now. Okay, let's level out there. We're pretty well set there. Again, let's get our nose back up and hold our course. Okay, that's good enough. Almost don't mind just a slight descent at this point, because once again we're going to want to come in. Actually, we're going to want to come into the glide slope at about 7,800 feet. You know, I need to get better preparing the charts for you guys so I can show you this as well. Right now I can't show you the one screen that I have here, but I did not bring up ChartFox tonight either. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get us in a slight descent, because we're at about 8,200 feet now, as you can see on the altimeter, and we're going to get ready to make a turn here in just a moment. Now this I can show you on our Sky Vector. We're going to start turning in here to the north to pick up towards the glide slope and the approach ribbon at Hammer. So we're going to come to Hammer here. So I'm going to bring us to about 070. I'm kind of controlling myself here. Cheyenne traffic, CPJ 130 DC-3 at 8,000 feet, turning north at Hammer for an approach to runway 27 Cheyenne. CPJ 130 Unicom. All right. So we'll go ahead and make that announcement. I'm going to watch our vectoring here. We need to come to about 060. And the airplane should do that just fine. And we're going to start slowing down here momentarily. And actually I can do that. I can bring our props pitch forward a little bit. Let's check our RPM. RPM is going to go up, and we're going to bring our power back a little bit. We should start slowing up. Okay, speed's coming down. That's kind of what we wanted to see. All right, we're almost at Hammer. So we're going to turn to the north. And we want to go ahead and turn some more to the north and be at approximately 350. Okay, we're dropping lower than I want. So we're going to bring the RPM back and power up a little bit. Okay. Going to disengage the autopilot for a moment and hand flyer. Yeah, we're definitely lower than I want to be, but this is fine. Okay, once again, we're in auto lean on the mixture. Auto lean on the mixture. Our props, we pulled back just a little bit, but they're going to go forward in just a minute so we can start slowing up. Once again, I am still learning how to fly this airplane, friends, so you can see our airspeed is dropping a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull way back on the power and continue to fly the aircraft. And we're going to get the nose up. We're going to start slowing because we're going to turn left here on our vector into the airport. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and start that left turn now. And we're going to come to about 265 when I get lined up with the ribbon. All right. Listen to that engine sound. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, our speed's at about 110 there. And we're going to turn in to get lined up on our runway. That road off to the north a little bit is called Del Range Road. And I know that the runway is kind of off the end of the curve at Del Range Road, so that's going to help me in my navigation because I actually know this area pretty well. And we're going to keep flying here at about 7,800 feet. And we're going to start descending. Okay, the runway should be out in front of us. I think I see the lights of the runway off in the distance. I don't know if you can see them in the resolution tonight. Hopefully the how's the resolution? How's the screen resolution, Scott? How's our stream looking this evening? I'd be curious for you to let me know that, and I better watch what I'm doing here. Yeah, don't know if you can see the runway lights blinking up there just above that. I actually am lower than I want to be, but we should probably be about 500 feet higher here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom us up a little bit. That's going to help slow us down a little bit too. I can see the lights once again right above that. Let's see if I can mouse it there, right there, if you can see it. Okay, Graham says 720-60, 720-60. Scott, man, what happened to our Oh, okay, 720. That's a lot better than, that's good. That's better than it was. I still want to get to that 1080p, though, and I'm just not sure how we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to stay lined up. We are on the approach ribbon. We're right down the center of it, as a matter of fact. Once again, I'd love to have some way to show that to you, but I don't. Yeah, Graham, can you read the instrumentation? Can you see the instrumentation there on the dashboard of the aircraft? You know, if I come down like this, I'm just curious, are all the numbers clear? That sort of thing. That gives me a little bit of an indication, but there we go. All right, we're cruising on in here. Airspeed is good. We're at about 6,700 feet. Okay, Graham, great. Well, if you're seeing them and they look great in Scotland, she's a bonny aircraft, isn't she? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right, we're getting in here, and we're going to start descending here a little bit more. The winds should be right off the nose of the aircraft. We're definitely flying in VFR. I'm going to try to get the aircraft trimmed out here for landing. I'm going to get the sounds up for you in just a little bit. I did download some new scenery, too, for CYS up here that we're flying into. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that looks like. By the way, I wore my NASA hat tonight. I really don't have a hat that would just be appropriate for just generic flight sim. But I think I'm going to order me a flight sim hat of some sort. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. All right, let's get mixture full rich, props full forward. And let's get our throttle cam screen up as looks like we're about let's say a 5-mile final. Cheyenne traffic, CPJ 130 DC-3, 5-mile final for runway 27 Cheyenne, CPJ 130 DC-3. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and come on in here. And man, I can see our transmitter side. It's actually showing up off that right-hand side. I may regret doing this, but let me see if I can show it to you guys real quick. I had it spot. There it is. There it is right there. There's our runway. All right, let's get back in the aircraft. Aviate, navigate, communicate, and visitate, or whatever it would be. All right, we got to get our speed down. So I'm going to pull that nose up. I'm going to pull back on the power. Really need to get my speed down. I was not paying close enough attention. Okay, I can go ahead and get a couple of notches of flaps in. I'm going to retrim the airplane. And we're going to get the gear down. And that's going to help slow us down a little bit. Okay, landing gear is down. Green indication. So we are down and locked. All right, guys, welcome on into Cheyenne. And let's get our record. You know, that's one thing I'm going to start asking you guys to do. I was watching Mickey Mike's flight stream earlier today, and he says, guys, remind me to get the flight recorder on the approach. And so there we go. I've got it on, and we should have a recording of the landing. Now, once again, landing in the DC-3 is always tricky. You got to get the front wheels down. Okay, we're at about 90 knots there. Let's go ahead and full flaps. Okay, full flaps. I felt that nose lift up a little bit. By the way, if you're curious or you want to try, what do you think my landing rate's going to be? I'm going to guess at about minus 80 in this aircraft. Now, I do want to make sure that I continue to have enough power to get in there. So we're lined up good. We're under the glide path, but I'm not terribly worried about that in this aircraft. Okay, and we're coming in. I'm not really having to give us too much on the right rudder, but a little bit certainly helps. So we're going to put in some left aileron. All right, here we go. Okay, 75 knots. The speed is good. Let's stay lined up on the runway. That wind is playing with me just a little bit. It's coming out that left nose. Okay, let's get that lined up there. Little left aileron and right rudder. Okay, let's pull back on the throttles. Coming in, keep that nose down, down, and set down. Oh, 283, 252. My goodness. I was not expecting that. All right, let's get ready to get that tail wheel. It's in the locked position right now, but we want it in the freewheeling position. Okay, I was not necessarily happy. Okay, tail wheel is unlocked. Okay, I have steering control. That's good. I don't know though. That did not seem like that bad a landing. We'll go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll get down here to the terminal. This is kind of a long runway. You run a long way down it. Okay, there should be a taxiway coming up here. Yep, there it is. All right. Well, that was a good flight. That was good. I like that just fine. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to turn here. All right. And we're in there. Okay, landing lights off. Oh, there we go. Okay, there is a new terminal right over here for Cheyenne, so we're just going to pull right up to it. Rich, thanks for being here. I think we'll be in the 737-900 for a flight next week. So thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you checking in with me and being part of the flight stream tonight. Yeah, so this is the new terminal. So we'll just let the DC-3 have a parking place here. Yeah, Scott, another happy landing there. I would have liked for it to have been a little bit lighter, but this aircraft is not necessarily easy. Trying to get turned around here, just because I'd like to be straight. Burness, hardly felt it. Thank you. That's awesome. All right, let's brake and get our parking brakes on. All right, parking brakes on. We'll go ahead and let's see. Let me get down underneath here. No, come on, tail wheel. You know, the switches on this thing are kind of... Usually the reason Flight Simulator will do this is because it says that it's mapped to something else, but I don't think it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, tail wheel is now locked. All right, that's good. Let's open the doors, and we will have a replay. So let's get our passengers disembarking here. All right, the doors are open. Very good. And all right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off from VATSIM. CPJ 130 have landed and taxied to the gate at Cheyenne Unicom. CPJ 130. Okay, very good. That was good coming in. Let's see if we can get a replay going here. So I bet I'd better shut the doors though. For that replay. So let's get those shut. We don't want to be flying back in. And I want to get, minus 252. Dang. But This is a tricky aircraft. All right, let me get this set up here. So we're going to go ahead and do a replay. And I'm going to hit that, and we'll get in here and resume. Okay, there we go. Just look how slow that is. Look how slow that is. Yeah, I did not have the nose down far enough, and we landed too slowly, and it looks like we're going to come in on the tail wheel too. Well, not as smooth a landing as we had last week in the DC-3 up in Hay River, but that's all right. All right, let's stop the replay and do it again from about here. There's our landing gear coming down. And our engines, and we'll get a look out the right wing here on this one. See the windsock go by there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a little rougher than we would have liked for it to have been. All right, let's go back out the other side. We'll take one more look here before we call it a night. Yeah, I'm going to practice some more here in the, okay, Denver approach is on the online now, just came up on VATSIM. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. All right. Take our look out here. Yeah, you see the nose is not down. And I remember as I'm watching Ice Pilots NWT, Buffalo Joe would always say, get the nose down, get the nose down. Well, I didn't get the nose down, so he would yell at me. It also looked like that windsock was blowing the wrong way. Yeah, so we'll practice that a little bit, and go ahead and come in one more time here from the cockpit. Man, what a rattle trap. Yeah, see that windsock? Looks like the wind's on our tail, and that's not what our briefing showed us. All right, well, there you go. What do we do? I think that'll do just fine. All right, guys, thanks for being here once again. Sure appreciate it. Great to see you, Scott, Graham, Brian. Let's see, Tom, if you were in there, and Rich, of course. Appreciate you guys in the chat. And we'll be here next Wednesday night. I think we'll do a 737-900 United flight. I'll let you know where that's going to be and where we'll be going and all that kind of stuff. And we'll have a great time next week as well. So with that, thank you very much. I sure appreciate it. Once again, we'll look for you in the Captain Jack Flight Sim next time. And be good to yourself. Be good to those you love. Remember, our days are short here on God's earth, and we need to enjoy every one of them. All right, good night, everybody. See you next time.